Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of our tax series where I'm walking you through how to have a de-stressified tax season this year. So remember, I teamed up with H&R Block to show you how they can help you have a really simple and easy tax season. So first things first. Okay, so we're back to taxes again. So in the first video, I talked to you about how I got organized for tax season, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how H&R Block has a few different options on how to file taxes. Now, H&R Block is the #1 choice that I have for you all to try out filing your taxes this year. They have a lot of different resources and ways that you can file your taxes, so it really can work for anybody. So first we're going to talk about going actually in an H&R Block store to file your taxes. Now you can take all of your documents, make an appointment, and go straight into an H&R Block store and get your taxes done by a tax professional really easy. What's really cool about doing it in store is that they give you the prices up front. I talked about that a little bit in the first video. They give you your price of what you're going to pay for your tax return right up front, so there are no surprises or hidden fees and you know what to expect. Now, they also have many options on filing online. Now, when you file online, they have a free option, which actually is the best one on the market. So you want to make sure that if you don't have a ton going on, you can use the free option and still get a great service. If you go onto hnrblock.com and click to file online, you can see that there are a lot of different pricing options. You can also see that if you look on the top and scroll and pick which items, you know, if you're self-employed, if you own real estate, if you have children, it'll tell you which online filing option is the best for you. Now, my favorite thing about their online filing system, which I love, is if you get stumped, like I usually do, you can take a screenshot, you can send it to somebody, you can chat with them live, you can get on the phone. They can walk you through it in 20 minutes or less and tell you exactly how to do your taxes. And that, my friends, is amazing. There's lots of different ways that you can file through H&R Block, either in the store, online has many different options. So my personal preference is that I like to go into a store to talk to somebody. I have pretty complicated taxes because I am a business owner and I sell physical products like my personal finance planner, so my taxes can be a little bit more complicated than the typical person. So I like to go into the store just because I love that face-to-face connection. Now, for many years, I filed my taxes right online while my kids were sleeping at home because, you know, I have 4 kids, and when they were little, I really wanted that option to be able to do it and spend time with them during the day and then do it at night after they went to bed. And the cool thing is, with H&R Block, you get that free tax professional, so you're not just left alone, you know, to fend for yourself. So, I love, love, love that. So, whatever you like to do, whatever your preference is, H&R Block has got you. So now we're gonna talk about something a little bit more complicated, but it's something that you really need to know for this year. 2018, we had a new tax reform law, and this is going to affect you. If you don't know how it's going to affect you, then listen up. So the #1 change that you need to know about is the difference in income tax bracket. There's been an update in income tax brackets and also marginal tax rates. Now, what are marginal tax rates? This is the rate that your money gets taxed. This is the percentage of your income that gets taxed. So there was a big change between 2017 and 2018 when it comes to income tax rates and marginal tax rates. In the description of this video, I'm gonna link you over to a website over on hnrblock.com. If you scroll all the way down to the H&R Block website, there is a tax reform button that you can click on and it gives you all sorts of information, but I will directly link that in the video below. #2 change that you need to know about, a huge increase in standardized deductions. Now, the standard deduction is an automatic reduction in the amount we owe in taxes, right? So in 2018, this standardized deduction almost doubled. So this is great news. When you do your taxes, you have the option of taking the standard deduction or itemizing. So for example, in 2017, if you filed single, your standard deduction was right around $6,300. Now in 2018, that has increased, so now your standard deduction is $12,000. Okay, so this might seem like great news to you, but there is one little catch to it. So yes, your standardized deduction almost doubled, but they also took away the personal exemption, which was the exemption that allowed you to claim yourself and dependents on your tax return. So there is an offshoot, I guess you'd say that. Number 3, there's a difference in child tax credit this year. In 2017, you got $1,000 per child as a tax credit, and in the 2018 reform bill says you now get $2,000 per child. So that doubled if you're in the income tax bracket that they say you have to be in. Number 4, you can now use a 529 plan to help pay for more than just college education. Now, this came a year too late because my kids have always been in private school, and up until then I had to just pay out of pocket. But now you can use your 529 plan to pay for private education tax-free. Number 5, medical expenses. Now, in the past, you've been able to deduct medical expenses over 10% of your adjusted gross income. Now, the new tax law says that you can now deduct more. So now they're saying if you pay over 7.5% of your annual gross income, then you can deduct the rest of them. So if you have medical expenses that you usually deduct, now you can deduct more of them. Now we're going to talk about healthcare. In the past, we had the Affordable Care Act and Obamacare, right? And you got a penalty which was over $600 if you didn't carry health insurance. Now, in 2018, that penalty is still there, but in 2019, we still have the Affordable Care Act. However, they have gotten rid of the penalty for not holding insurance. 2018, you still have to pay the penalty. In 2019, you will not have to pay that almost $600 penalty if you don't have insurance. So here are a few other tax deductions that are disappearing. Number 1, casualty and theft loss. Unreimbursed employment expenses, tax preparation expenses no longer can be deducted, alimony payments can no longer be deducted, moving expenses, and employer subsidized parking and transportation reimbursement. These are all the deductions that are disappearing with this new tax law. There are a few more ways that this tax reform bill actually impacts your tax return, so I'm going to leave the link below so you can go to hnrblock.com and see how all the details lay out on this tax reform and how it affects you specifically. So one of the cool things which I love about going into the H&R Block stores is that they can walk you through how in the past this tax reform has affected your return, and now how the new tax law is going to affect your tax returns going forward. So I love that. I love the face-to-face feel that I can get going in there because I ask a lot of questions. That's kind of typically what I do. So I hope this video helped. Remember to stay organized, and there's so many different ways for you to do your taxes that H&R Block can help you. Like I said, it's my #1 way and recommendation for people as they're going through and doing their taxes this year. So make sure that you go to hnrblock.com, check it out. I'll leave some important links below. But I will be following back up with you next month to talk a little bit more and go deeper into some of the features of H&R Block and show you some more details and screenshots and all that kind of fun stuff. So make sure you're continuously taking care of your documents, storing them, and I hope this video helped you with the new tax reform law and getting you prepared for your tax season this year. So I will see you next month, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.